Patients in the country now stands at 178. Ministry of Health said that 137 patients are under medical supervision. 34 patients have fully recovered thus far, and Director General of Health Services Dr. Anil Jasingh has said the PCR tests carried out to detect patients in the country will increase. The Director General made these remarks during a media briefing today.
COVID-19 සම්බන්ධයෙන් රසායනාගාර පරීක්ෂණ වැඩියෙන් කිරීමේ කෙරෙහි
Attention has been drawn towards conducting more tests to identify COVID-19 patients. Nowadays, we are conducting tests that are threefold of the tests which had been carried out within a week. We hope to keep increasing the number of tests. We have prepared a work plan for this. We are conducting PCR tests and taking steps to validate rapid tests to the test kits we are receiving. If we receive a rapid test kit which can be used to carry out tests effectively, we hope to introduce this test as well. We engaged in a video conference with Professor Malik Piris for an hour. During that discussion, we discussed extensively regarding lab testing. He provided us the relevant advice regarding that. At the same time, he also expressed his satisfaction towards the activities that we are carrying out at present.
සාකච්ඡා කරනු ලැබුවා. ඔහු විසින් අපට ඒ අවශ්‍ය උපදෙස් ලබා දුන්නා. ඒ වගේම ඔහු අප විසින් කරගෙන යනු ලබන ක්‍රියා පිළිබඳව අත වශයෙන්ම සෑහීමකට පත් වෙලා ඒ පිළිබඳව ඔහු කරුණු දැක්වුවා.
Sri Lanka Medical Association, Ceylon College of Physicians and Sri Lanka College of Microbiologists have requested the government to increase RT-PCR testing capacity to 1,500 tests per day.
The current strategy of COVID-19 prevention is very unique to Sri Lanka, where the close contacts of patients are detected very early and quarantined, therefore suppressing the spread of the disease. And the success of this unique policy is evident by the fact that the COVID-19 transmission in Sri Lanka is still at stage 3. Early detection and contact tracing is crucial in suppressing an epidemic. And in Sri Lanka, the test that is recommended by WHO to diagnose this disease is called RT-PCR, which can detect the virus RNA gene sequence at a very early stage and at almost 100% accuracy. However, detection of antibodies to diagnose COVID-19 also have been suggested. And the reasons for justification are cited as it's easy to test and shorter time of using and can be used in point of care and relatively lesser cost. However, the problem is it may take 1 or 2 weeks for the body to develop antibodies for the infection. Therefore, the patients at early stages of the disease will be missed. And these patients who are tested negative can be very infectious. This can be a very dangerous situation. Similarly, these antibodies can react with antibodies of similar diseases, and that can give false positive results. These false positive and false negative results can put epidemiological planning of control into a total disarray. However, these rapid antibody testing may have a role in doing surveillance after epidemic is over or detecting unrecognized previous infection or immunity. However, the current need of the country as far as the suppression of the disease is concerned, the most appropriate test is the RT-PCR test, which I have mentioned previously. Therefore, what we recommend is using the current RT-PCR testing, which directly detect the genetic sequence, and increasing the capacity of testing to about 1,500 per day and to cover the first level of contacts. This will address the current uncertainty regarding the number of asymptomatic patients. And we suggest that any shift of the current policy of testing for COVID-19 should be considered within broader framework of current successful public health process and the strategy, and not as a single technical point.
Meanwhile, the PCR testing machine, which was imported from India to conduct tests for dengue and influenza before the outbreak of the coronavirus, is now at the Kegol hospital.
COVID-19 වෛරසය ආසාදනය වෙලා තියෙනවද කියලා රෝගියෙකුගේ දැන ගැනීම සඳහා දැනට තියෙන සාර්ථකම පරීක්ෂණ ක්‍රමය වෙන්නේ
The successful method at present to test whether a patient has been affected by COVID-19 is the PCR test. However, the problem with this test is that it will take between 4 to 6 hours to see the results. Therefore, we have installed a machine which is capable of doing the PCR test in a convenient manner at the Kegol hospital. We got this 8 months ago through the Ministry of Health before the coronavirus had originated. The main advantage of this is that the results can be obtained within 1.5 hours. This machine was manufactured by an Indian company. A week ago, this company was able to manufacture a chip that could be used to conduct PCR tests through this machine. However, the Indian government has suspended sending any products relating to the coronavirus out of the country. If we can discuss with the Indian government and get this machine, then we will be able to do these tests quickly. The Indian government has confirmed that this is an effective test and that this machine produces results which match the results of the PCR tests.
ඉන්දියානු රජය තහවුරු කරගෙන තියෙනවා මේ බොහොම සාර්ථක ක්‍රමවේදයක් සාමාන්‍ය අපි පාවිච්චි කරන PCR ක්‍රමවේදයටම 100%ක්ම සමපාත වෙන විදිහේ ප්‍රතිඵල තමයි මේකෙන් ලැබෙන්නේ කියලා. දැනට මේක තියෙන්නේ කෑගලු මහ රෝහලේ පමණයි. රජයෙන් සහ බලධාරීන්ගෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.
This machine is there only at the Kegol General Hospital. We request to implement this rapid test as a pilot project in Kegol. This will assist us to identify the people who have the virus in their body. We have to identify them in order to curb the spread of the virus. We request the government to draw its attention towards this requirement.
A vaccine that was developed 100 years ago to fight the tuberculosis in Europe is now being tested against the COVID-19 by scientists. Researchers are also testing the vaccine to see if it can give a boost to the immune system.
Clinical trials of the Bacille Calmette Guerin or the BCG vaccine, which was first developed in the early 1920s, are planned in Europe and Australia to see if it can help reduce the prevalence and severity of COVID-19 symptoms. The researchers at the Murdoch Children's Research Institute in Melbourne said, quote, although originally developed against tuberculosis and still given to over 130 million babies annually for that purpose, BCG also boosts humans' frontline immunity, training it to respond to germs with greater intensity, unquote. Meanwhile, preliminary studies point out that countries with mandatory policies to vaccinate against tuberculosis register fewer coronavirus deaths than countries that don't have those policies in place.
The College of Otorino-Laryngologists and Head and Neck Surgeons of Sri Lanka, in a special message to the general public, has emphasized the importance of avoiding certain accidents related to ear, nose and throat during the prevailing situation in the country.
The association added that most of the ears, nose and throat procedures, also known as ENT procedures, have been avoided or postponed as there is a high risk of the virus being transmitted from one to another during the procedure. The Medical Association added, in the event of an emergency, ENT procedures will be conducted using full protective gear, which are currently in short supply in many parts of the world, including Sri Lanka. However, the general public can contact hospitals and ENT doctors to clarify any inquiry in this regard. The association also emphasizes the importance of avoiding home accidents related to the ear, nose or throat.
The Sri Lanka National Institute of Professional Counsellors has launched a free-of-charge counselling service for those who are distressed by the COVID-19 in the country. Issuing a media release, the SLNIPC noted that given the current situation in the country due to the pandemic, it is normal for certain individuals to experience anxiety and other mental conditions. It added such complications could either be due to long-term issues in one's household or even due to the COVID-19 situation, and as such, the institution emphasizes significance in obtaining professional help from a confidential trained counselor or a psychiatrist. Thereby, it has provided 2 hotlines for anyone experiencing such difficulties to call and obtain free counseling. The numbers are 071 869 9225, 077 368 0930. Let me repeat it to you, 071 86992225, 077 368 0930. A number of incidents where patients who have contracted the COVID-19 hid details from the authorities, putting military personnel and medical staff at risk, has been reported.
14 staff members of the Apeksha Hospital in Maharagama, including doctors, nurses and other medical staff, have been directed to the Waikala Quarantine Centre. Hospital Director Vasanta Disanayaka said they had taken these measures after it was revealed that a patient who came to the hospital for treatment had contracted COVID-19.
We had to send 14 people for quarantine to the Vaikal quarantine center. Among them were 4 doctors, 6 nurses and 4 ordinary employees.
Meanwhile, 19 police officers attached to the Pamunugama police station in Jayala have been sent for quarantine. The police stated that the decision had been taken after a suspect that had been arrested in Pamunugama had contracted COVID-19. The suspect had displayed symptoms following his arrest and had been admitted to the Ragama hospital. Subsequently, it was confirmed that he was infected with COVID-19. A senior police officer said a group of police officers were also directed to undergo quarantine. The Pamunugama police station has been disinfected. This is the bridge over the Mahavali River that separates the Kandy district from the Badula district. There are no essential commodities like coconut oil and spices. I brought my license as well. I will come back quickly.